Hey friends, Greg here at the Pennywise guys. I want to show you how to build a solar washing system for a large array. This application would be for very large systems that may be at your home or commercial or light industrial. Let's get started. Alright, I want to explain to you how to do the layout. I first take the measurements. The length of the system is 69 feet 3 inches. The width of the system is 20 feet 8 inches. And so I take the length and divide it by the width, and I come up with 4 sections, which is 5 washing heads. And the 4 sections divided into 69.3 comes out to 17 feet 3 inch spacing between the washing heads. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What I did is I'm using the Rainbird pop-ups that reach about 32 feet. I only need to reach the 20 foot 8 inches, so I'm going to have a overlap of several feet, which is really good. Problem being though, at 17 feet apart from the first to the second one there, I have to go at least 21 feet high, and so I'm going to have 3 or 4 feet overlapping onto the roof. And so what I did is I went ahead and spaced between the first and the second one 18 feet, and then I went 16 feet 8, 16 feet 8, and on the last section back to 18 feet. That way I don't have a lot of overspray under the roof. I'm going to have several feet, but not 4 or 5 feet. Okay, so that worked out a little bit better. You can adjust and be creative like that. You need to have overlap at the bottom as well as overlap at the top. So the arc of the sprays at the top need to intersect as well, so you have 100% coverage. With the washing heads, you need to, since they're on the bottom shooting up, is match the slope of the roof and go 1 or 2 degrees more, so you have a nice arc of that spray going upstream. You have gravity working against you going up a little bit, so I arc it just a little bit more than just the slope of the roof. Let me go ahead and show you how we built this thing, and let's get started. I'm going to show you a few tricks on doing the PVC work. I like to do it on the ground since I'm by myself. It's easier, and I started at this end and put the cap on there with the T that has a slip on both sides and the threads on the top, so I have that little threaded part in there. And let me show you some tricks on the alignment. So I get that piece glued in. I know my measurement's going to be 18 feet to the next one. With this pipe so wavy, how do you keep the T's all in the same alignment? So I lay it on the ground with the T facing flat on the ground. I put my case on there to weight it, so put some weight on there, it holds it down. Then I glued my next joint, and then I measured from the outside of the T. I put my tape measure over there on the outside of the T, stretched it across, and then went 5/8 inch more because I didn't go from center to center. And then I line this up with that mark, and I'll put a mark right there to do the cut. So when I glue that in, that mark lines up with the center of that T. And that keeps, and when I glue it in, I make sure it's not like this, but laid flat. That one over there is being held with the case flat, and I glue it to where it's flat, and that is pretty well aligned, even though the pipe is all wavy. And then I put it up. It'll be 69 feet long, but I'll put this up by myself and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, I went ahead and pre-painted the PVC pipe, and I'll touch it up after I get this all done. One person doing this job, the only way to do it is to have 2 ladders. One ladder, extension ladder here, to help hold the pipe up like this, so that you can have it the ability to work. Otherwise it's just too heavy. So I'm using the 1/2 inch EMT straps. I flare it out to fit the pipe nicely, and I'm using some 1 inch screws. Okay, so we're going about every panel about 39 inches apart. Okay, go ahead and get this pre-drilled here. I've got to determine about 3/8 of an inch above the bottom flange. Okay. I have my impact here, and this allows you to do it by yourself. Just like that, okay? And then just keep moving the 2 ladders down the line and get it up 1 strap at a time. I'm going to come back and touch up the paint, put the sprinkler heads on, and we'll go from there. So the 2 ladders work great. Right now there's not that much weight left on it, so 1 ladder is fine. I want to show you, I left the threaded T off of this end here because that measurement of 70 feet, I could be off a couple inches. And so what I'll do is I'll get it up there and I will then measure and cut and glue in that last T on the end. And I left it unpainted, so then I'll go ahead and paint it after I get it cut and glue the last one in. Just kind of give you a heads up that maybe, you know, if you're off an inch or 2 in the spacing in between, that's fine, because we have at least a foot or so overlap, if not more. And but at the end here, I wanted it to go to the end of the array, and I left it uncut. I want to show you how dirty the panels are before we start washing them off. Pretty dirty. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get these sprinklers adjusted, and we'll go ahead and clean them and look at the results. All right, here's the faucet set up here. I went ahead and put in a 3/4 to 1/2 inch T, so I left their faucet here. I just moved it on out. I put in a ball valve, a 1/2 inch ball valve. That's the biggest orifice you can get. These have about a 1/4 inch diameter orifice. A ball valve has almost twice that. So that we need the volume of water, and of course a short hose going over to the injector for the soap. This is the Chapin injector. I will put a link at the bottom of the page here, and you can find all the parts that we use for this project. So we're going to go ahead and fill this thing up halfway. We're going to try something different with the soap. I normally use carpet shampoo, the high lift carpet shampoo. It works great, but for a gallon it's between $18 and $25. And I've used dish soap, worked pretty good, but not as good as the carpet shampoo. Today we're going to try something different. It's the Purple Power Heavy Duty Premium Multi-Purpose Pressure Washer Concentrate. I got this at Walmart, about 40% less than the carpet shampoo. Alright, just take this plug out to fill it. I filled it half full of the Purple Power. And if you run the system before, you'll need to turn the drain on and drain the water out before you fill it with the cleaner. Okay, so it's half full, and let's turn the water on and see how it works. All right, it's working. Can't shoot into the sun here, so let's keep it low here because the sun is early morning here. But the suds are doing good. It's sudsing up a little bit more than carpet shampoo, so we're going to see how well it works. These are the Rainbird 32-foot pop-ups. I'll put a link at the bottom. They work great. You can this big screw right up here, you turn that to get the rotation distance, and by turning, you know, just snug this up. Don't torque it down by hand. So it gives you room to tighten her up. And you're going to get wet, but you basically get the pattern to go here to 90. And between rotating this and turning this screw right here up or down, minus is decrease, plus is increase the degree of pattern, you can get it dialed in. The smaller screw there is for the distance, and you can get that dialed in what you want. On here, the hose connector PVC slip glued in it's a female connector, and this is a Bionic Flex hose. It's indestructible, and I put a clamp here, a 3/4 inch clamp. I'm getting wet. Angle it here and go down, and I go underneath the fascia. I secured it in the back wall here. I'm going to step down here so you can see it. Leave it loose so it has room to flex, because it is very, when it's empty, it just collapses and it's free to move through that connector. Same thing over there, down the wall and across and over to the valve. 50-foot hose. It's about the same cost as a vinyl hose, and it's well worth it. I'll put a link at the bottom. It's about less than $30 for a 50-foot hose. I know it's going through the rinse cycle because the soap that was in the injector is now gone. So what it does is it picks up that concentrate soap for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. It looks like it goes faster than the carpet shampoo. That was probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So that's okay. You can see all the suds coming off the roof. So this is a lot more suds than the carpet shampoo, but I want to see if it does the really high lift action on the dirt. Once the soap disappears, then it becomes a rinse cycle, and then it cleans off the soap off your panels. I also want to mention this church that we are doing the system on is out in the country, and they have a well. And so when the well cycles on and off, you lose water pressure, and when it's at 30 psi, the washing heads hardly work at all. And so you got to catch it between the cycles to get it to do its job, which I'm doing right here. If you're having a problem having enough pressure, I will go ahead and recommend, I'll put a link at the bottom for a booster pump that will boost your water pressure. Okay, so that might be something you might have to do. All right, it came out pretty clean. I can't shoot into the sun, sorry about that. If you're willing to spend $20, $22 for a gallon of it, get the high lift carpet shampoo. It's the best. This didn't do too bad. This is a little bit better than the dish soap. I spaced the clamps at 39 inches apart, and you can see a little bit of sagging in between. And actually that one's up a little bit, this is down a little bit. PVC pipe is going to be wavy. If you don't like it, go ahead and put a clamp in between the 39-inch clamps, put another clamp on and straighten her out. I pray that you are blessed, and that you know Him who is the author of life.